Alright, let's dive into this AFL showdown because there's a lot more here than just a couple of teams squaring off. First off, the Eagles versus Magpies clash. This isn't just another game. West Coast is in a rough spot, sitting at 4-16 and riding an 8-match losing streak. Personally, I think what makes this really interesting is how the Eagles are trying to salvage something from a season that's been, let's be honest, a disaster. Their kicking accuracy has been abysmal, and they've only cracked 100 points once this season. That's not just bad luck, it's a systemic issue. If you take a step back and think about it, this game is their last real chance to prove they're not completely out of it. But here's the kicker. Collingwood isn't exactly coming in hot either. The Pies have lost some serious firepower with injuries to Howe, Perriman, Lipinski, Pendlebury, and Agoe. That's 5 big names out. What this really suggests is that Collingwood's depth is about to be tested in a major way. And let's not forget, they're still chasing a top 6 spot, so this game is far from a formality for them. One thing that immediately stands out is how both teams are bringing in fresh faces, the Eagles with Liam Baker and some youngsters, and the Pies with debutant Noah Howes. It's like both sides are using this game as a reset button, which, in my opinion, adds an extra layer of unpredictability. What many people don't realize is that these late-season games often become proving grounds for younger players, and that can completely flip the script on what we expect. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. This isn't just about one game, it's about the wild-card race heating up. St Kilda versus Carlton? That's a massive clash. The Saints have been knocking on the door of the top 10 all season but haven't managed to break through. Carlton, on the other hand, is playing with this newfound freedom under Josh Fraser, and they've got momentum. But here's where it gets fascinating. Carlton's percentage is weak, so even with a win, they're not out of the woods. This raises a deeper question. How much does momentum really matter when the numbers aren't on your side? Personally, I think Carlton's high-scoring win over Brisbane is a bit of a mirage. They're still vulnerable, and the Saints could exploit that. A detail I find fascinating is how both teams are approaching this game. Carlton's sticking with the same lineup, while the Saints are making a change with Cooper Sharman coming in. It's a small move, but it shows they're willing to tweak things to get over the line. And then there's the Giants versus Suns game, which feels like it's flying under the radar. The Giants are in a similar boat to the Eagles, desperately needing a win to stay relevant. The Suns, meanwhile, are making late changes, which could either be a sign of adaptability or desperation. What makes this really interesting is how these teams are fighting for scraps in a season where the top teams have already pulled away. If you take a step back and think about it, these games are about pride, development, and laying the groundwork for next season. So, here's my closing thought. This round isn't just about who wins or loses. It's about what these teams are willing to risk, who's stepping up under pressure, and what it all means for the future. Are the Eagles and Giants already looking ahead to 2024? Or do they still have something to prove? And for Collingwood and Carlton, is this the moment they secure their spot, or will they crumble under the weight of expectation? These are the questions that make this round so compelling. Let me know what you think in the comments. Which team are you backing, and why? Let's keep the conversation going.